The top of the Empire State Building.
Z100. New York.
This is Z100. I am
Yes.
Shelley Rome, and we are happy to once again welcome our friend, Zara
Yay!
Larsson.
I'm
Hi.
happy to once again be here.
Well, we love when you come by. You're just like a ball of sunshine. Every time you and I've chatted, I've just always been like, she's really nice and
Yeah.
sweet.
I mean, I've been here now for years.
Yeah.
It's really like coming to see like family.
We love
I
that.
love it.
It's our job is to make you feel comfortable and to make you want to come back. Because
I always do.
if you leave here never wanting to see us again, then we're doing something
No,
wrong.
I've been with the upgrades of the offices, the upgrades of,
Yeah, we moved further
Yeah.
uptown, so we're all
Uh-huh.
like the finance bros here. We were with like the cool people downtown in Soho, and now everyone looks like
Now I
that
get
guy.
some money.
Shout out to Scotty Dimmig. So, how was your summer?
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was so amazing. I played a lot of festivals, which is so fun because festivals usually happen in the weekends.
Yeah.
So when I'm not performing in the weekends, I tend to have, 2-3 days off, which means that if I play in Spain at a festival, I'll just stay there for a couple days until I have to go to the next place. And I've just had the best time. I mean, I love my band. I love performing. It had made me it makes me so excited to do my own tour, which I'm
Yes.
going to do next year. Just like performing live is my favorite thing to do as an artist. So, I mean, I really love to do radio promo. I love to be in the studio. I love to do shoots, videos, all of that. But it's really so I can put on a really good live show.
Yeah.
And for people to come and see that.
I love that you're still loving all of that stuff after being
I
in the game for
do.
so long, because you've been doing this, since you were a child.
No, but I really do. And I think we were just like saying how it's a really good team that I'm with. And I feel like that makes a huge difference. I think waking up every day and going to work, whatever it is, I'm just like surrounded by people who also love their jobs and who, have really good energy. And it's just like why I like to do promos, because I get to speak and meet a lot of fun people. I love people. I love to laugh a lot. I don't know. I'm just really having fun.
I
am.
love that.
Yeah.
But I want to go back to your summer, because you said
Yeah.
you got to hang out in some of the places that you were doing these shows. So where did you go? You went to Spain. Did you
Went
get
to
to? What did
Spain.
you? Did you enjoy? What was your
Loved it.
favorite?
I loved Spain. We also shot the video for
On
the
My
new
Love.
song On My Love there. So that was really nice. And then Malta was beautiful. And then I've been in London a little bit. Also my country house. Like, the sun usually doesn't shine in Sweden.
Aw.
So when it does, I'm like,
Hold on.
"Ah!"
I actually Googled this. I heard
Yeah.
Stockholm has 4 seasons, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like New York.
Like New York. So why does the sun it doesn't shine in the summer? It's not.
It does,
Okay.
but this was a particularly rainy summer.
Okay.
And, we're way far, like we're further up north. So in the winter, it's not only cold, but it's very dark.
Oh, God.
So the sun goes up at like 8 or 9 and then it's gone by 3.
Okay, so that's so depressing.
Yeah. So when the sun is actually out, it's like, we have to be outside. Like,
You
we
have
have
to
to
take
stay.
advantage, yeah.
So it's just also nice to be at home. But yeah, where else did I go?
Well, let me ask you this. So
Yeah.
everybody's on tour this year. Everybody's on tour this summer. Did you catch any shows? Did you get to see?
I saw Beyonce.
Okay, I was gonna say. I'm pretty sure you saw Beyonce.
Of course.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Where did you see her?
In Stockholm. Saw her both nights, and it was incredible.
You went twice?
Yes.
Oh, you are the queen. You are like the leader of the Beehive.
It's just so amazing.
Yeah.
And also one of the reasons why I love to be signed to Live Nation. Thank you. Like when I knew she was coming, I was just texting my booker because we have the same like agency, and I was just like, "Hi." He's
It's
like,
me.
"I know what you want." Yeah. But that was incredible. What else have I seen?
I mean, have you ever met her? Have you
A
guys-
long time ago.
Okay.
Yes, it was
Okay.
beautiful. 2013, 29th of May.
Time of day, outfit you
After
wore.
her show. It was incredible. It was after her show, the Carter World Tour, and she was so sweet.
Yeah.
She was lovely, and it's so weird when you love someone and you follow someone for a really long time. And then you like see them. I think that's also what happens when you just see a person live for the first time. You realize like, wow, they are there, like they exist. That is a living person. It's just not someone who lives in my phone or on YouTube or on my TV that I keep like replaying. That is a living, breathing human being, and they are here right now. Like that was so insane to me that she like existed.
We forget that.
Yeah.
Even, you know, I'm sure with a lot of your fans who are the sluts, right?
Yeah.
I was like, wait, is this like a thing? But it is.
They love it.
Yeah, I love it too. No,
I
it's
love it.
genius.
Yeah.
I would imagine like we do this in our brain where we're like, this is not a real person. This person lives on another planet.
Yeah.
And so you're like, no, they go to the bathroom like we do.
No,
they
totally.
eat dinner, breakfast, and lunch. And you're like, no, they don't. They're not real.
I know. It's kind of crazy.
Have you had interactions where people have literally been like, I can't believe it's you? I mean, does that happen? Do fans sort of
sometimes
freak out?
But it could also, you know, I think also why it's very overwhelming, at least it was for me when I met her, like Beyonce, because that's my favorite artist. It's just someone who has been with you. It's like meeting an old friend also. It's like a real, you realize that you are for real, but also it's weird because like you're this person that kind of doesn't exist, but you've also been with me through so much in my life. And like the fact that you don't even know, you know, that's what's so powerful with music is that like I've been to people's weddings through my songs. Like, you know what I mean?
Very true.
I've been to people's graduations. I've been with people in their hard times. I've been with people, like all of that, like very emotional, personal stuff.
Yeah.
I've been there, but I haven't really been there. But that's what music is all about.
Oh my God, that's such a, when you put it in that perspective, I feel like that's literally the main reason why people who are just like you, who really are about the craft and like the fans really do that. I mean, that's so awesome.
It really
put that
is.
in perspective. You know, that you can touch people like that and you don't have to talk to them or. Yeah,
I love it. But then
really
I do love to have a kind of a relationship with the people who follow me on Twitter or TikTok. Like I recognize people. Like I see people sometimes in front row at the shows, and I'm like, I know your Twitter name. Like, you know what I mean? Like I see you, and I think it's really, you know, there's this discussion about like parasocial relationships, but I think as long as you're respectful and like I know what music does to me, and I know what the people that I look up to, what they do for me. So I think if you can keep like, if you're being nice and respectful, it's all good.
Yeah.
I think.
Speaking of social media, you really know how to handle a shitstorm.
You think?
Absolutely.
Okay, thanks.
You're one of the few artists or celebrities who really, you don't take it very seriously, and you're also not afraid to be yourself.
Yeah.
And I think give an opinion.
Yeah.
You're not, it feels like you're not scared of cancellation and all that BS.
Oh,
sometimes.
I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, but you still, and that's fair because that's human. But like even how you handled this past Hannah Diamond thing or whatever.
Oh, that was interesting.
But the way you're so classy, the way you responded, and
I think sometimes like I think it just comes from a place of like I'm a person. You know what I mean? Like I just felt really like, oh wow, you know, our covers really does look similar. So I don't think it was a wild thing of me to think that you've seen my cover. But then I did a lot of research on her, and I realized that, you know, she's had this aesthetic for a very long time. I didn't know about her. Yeah. But I think like we had a chat, and I want to be an understanding person. I think we can all like resolve a lot of things with communication, and I think that's where social media is kind of like, it's hard sometimes to have discussions because people go off and into their own little bubbles and worlds, and you forget that like we're just people. Like we talked it out, it was all good. I respect her as an artist. Hannah Diamond, shout out. And she did the same to me. Like we're good. But yeah, I think I mean, that was just so funny to me. And now it's like, it's almost like, hey, sister.
Hey, sis. Yeah.
Poster girl, sis. So wild.
Listen, things like that are going to come up all the time, especially when you're an artist that engages with people on social media, not only your fans. And that's what I meant. Like, you saw something, you felt something, and you're like, I'm going to say it. And
I'm going to say it.
A lot of people may have, like, not said anything, you know, but I do appreciate that.
But then I'm also actually not scared if I say something, and then I'm like, actually, I have read this now, and I have a different approach to this situation, or I have, like, whatever it might be, like, I've changed my opinion. I'm not afraid to be wrong either. And I think you have to be kind of humble in the world and just be like, I've learned something new. Yeah. And this is my new opinion on this.
You put that out.
I still think this, and I still feel this, but, you know, I'm just letting you know. Yeah.
When you put that energy out, you get that back. So I think that's why people are accepting of you.
Yeah, I hope so.
How do you sort of balance being on social media, but also protecting up here, you know, your mental health? Because it's not always an easy thing.
No, it's not. And sometimes when I feel really low and sad, that's when I really reach out for, like, the mean stuff. Like, when my period is coming up, I feel like, oh, it's a dark place. That's when I'm like, start searching my name on Twitter. I'm like, what are they saying about me? Or do they hate me? And then when I find, like, one negative stuff, or, like, negative comment, I'm like, I knew it. It's so weird how the human brain works. I don't know why. It's like a sort of self-harm in a way. Like, you reach out for stuff that you don't want to see, but you're searching for it, you know? But when I'm the happiest, I just don't care. But sometimes I do. Like, I want to be liked. I want to be appreciated. I think that's very normal. But I also have to remind myself that sometimes if you create a whole account and, you know, I go in on, let's say someone writes something mean about me, and I go in and I tap their account and I see, oh, that's all you do, like, you're just being negative, then I kind of understand that you probably don't feel very good in your soul and your heart. Like, you probably have some issues with yourself, and you take it out on other people and projecting. Like, this actually has nothing to do with me. So I just try to remind that. Or sometimes it's not even that serious. Yeah. Like, sometimes I have my close friends and I say my opinions about stuff that I wouldn't put out because I know I have a lot of followers, but my friends know me and they know that it's not that serious on certain topics. I don't love everybody, and that's fine. So sometimes I'm like, it's not that deep. Like, you are still good. And even if one person doesn't like me, it's okay. You'll be fine.
That's the hardest part, though, of the human experience, to accept that not everybody's going to like you.
I know, but it's the truth. Yeah, and I feel like the older I get, maybe, the more it's like, it's fine. Yeah. But you do want to be liked. Of course. You do want to be liked by everyone, but you have to accept that it's like, it's very hard and it's not going to happen.
You just said it. You could have 17 million comments about how amazing you are, and you go to that one, you search for that one, and that's the one that lives in your brain. Yeah,
totally.
Absolutely.
But for them, it might just be like a thought that popped up. Oh, I don't really like this new song. They move on with their day. Like, it's not even a deep thought.
Absolutely.
And if somebody would create a whole account to hate on me, I'm like, you're a fan.
Yes. Listen, there's a thin line between love and hate, baby.
Yeah. Like, why do you keep tracks of, like, my streams? Yeah. Why do you keep tracks of, like, my chart? Like, you're a fan.
Yeah.
Clearly. I mean? Yeah.
Clearly. But
yeah, I'm all about the love, of course. But then you just have to remind yourself that you're fine, you're good, and sometimes it's just nice to shut off the phone, to lay down and to, like, look at the people that I have in real life, like my family, my sister, my boyfriend, and just think like, wow, life is pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely.
This thing is not pointing at my phone. It's not real.
Yeah,
you know,
just turn it off and it goes away.
Yeah.
We got to talk about the song.
Yeah.
It's All My Love. I mean, it's very catchy. And also, okay, if this is weird, please tell me, but I feel like your voice, like, you did something to your voice on that part. It sounds really good.
I agree. Like, I feel really proud over the way vocally that I did this track. I love singing it with David Guetta. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I love singing it. I did it on 2 shows, on 2 festivals before I released it. Mm-hmm. And it was so fun to see the crowd's reactions because they were really singing along. Like, second chorus comes in and they're all like, oh my love, jumping, dancing, singing. And that's a really good thing to, because I used to do that. I used to play some unreleased songs, like, on my shows just to see, like, how the crowd is reacting. Yeah. And that one was just taken off. Like, the crowd went crazy and wild. But I can't wait to perform it live more. I can't wait to hear the song on the radio when I get in, like, a car. It just feels like it's a really, really good track.
Yes.
I'm very proud of it. I'm very happy that David wanted to do it with me. And yeah, let's just hope it really takes off.
Let's go. Did you write the song?
I wrote on it, so it was already kind of started, like they started the song. It was funny because when I first heard it, my A&R played it to me. It had a verse and a chorus, and I loved, also, the demo singer was just killing it. So I was like, how am I gonna do this? He was so amazing on it, and I didn't know it was the David Guetta track. I just heard it and thought, this is great. I would love to finish it. Love to write the second verse, and do some harmonies and oohs and ahs and have it on my album.
Yeah.
And then he said, oh, actually, he came back a couple of days later, like, this is a David Guetta record. And I said, that's amazing. Do you think he would like to be on it? And he did. So it's great that the song was really the thing that made me interested in singing it and recording it and finishing it.
Before you knew it was a Guetta track.
Because if someone was like, hey, you want to be on this David Guetta, I would have been like, yes.
Of course.
Like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Say less.
Yeah. But it really started from the love of the song.
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And then the video comes along and it's like keeping up with the Larsson sisters. We need this. I mean, to create this song and to sort of position it that it's your kind of, because it can mean a million things to a million different people, right?
Yes.
But to sort of put it out about your sister and the video reflects that. I mean, talk a little bit about just wanting to highlight your sister in the video, because you guys, I don't even want to talk about the way you look in the video, because I feel like that's like the least important thing about the video, because you obviously look amazing, but just the aesthetics and the fun you're having and your energy. I mean, we
were really just channeling like a summer vibe and a fun day with my sister. I directed it together with Mutin, but we didn't have to direct much. It was just like, film us. That was
just being.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, or like, I'm going to stand here, you're going to stand there, and just like, let's go.
Yeah.
It was very playful. It was so fun. I just wanted to capture just the vibe of a day with my sister, hanging out.
Riding mopeds in bikinis.
You know, as you do. And then some personal footage from when we were children, just to really make sure that people knew that we are sisters.
Yeah.
And that we have been together and grown up together, and we love each other so much. And I'm just so happy she wanted to be in it.
Oh, you didn't have to like twist her arm. Like she was, when you asked her, she was like, let's go.
No.
Okay.
she was like, I don't know. It got to be shot on film. I was like,
she was directing. She was
like, it has to be a Super 16. I was like, okay, girl. Like, you get it.
Whatever you want.
She's very particular. She's very artistic herself. She's so much cooler than I am. A lot of integrity. She knows what she wants. And, but it was really nice to do it like that, because she is the main character in the story for me. And I wanted her to feel like she's a part of it, where you want to do this together with me, let's do it together. So I love how it came out. She is very happy with it. And if she's happy, I'm happy.
Aww.
Yeah.
You guys have a really close relationship.
We do.
I saw you have tattoos of each other.
Yeah.
You have
I have an H.
An H for Hannah.
And she got a Z.
She got a Z. I mean, I don't have any sisters. I have two brothers, and I've always wanted a sister. And it looks like really fun. What's your favorite part of
Honestly, I think
a sister?
We just have the exact same humor. We're very different from each other, personality-wise. I'm a bit more like all over the place. She's a bit more organized. She's really, I'm the older sister, but she's really the older sister.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But just growing up with each other and having the same kind of references to certain things, and having the same, you just know. Like when you know somebody really, really well, you don't have to explain certain things. Like, I just love how we can really laugh together. Like, we have a really good time. She's so incredibly, she's such a good friend.
Aww.
She's a way better friend than I am.
Really?
Yeah. She steals all my friends. Like ever since we were kids, they would come home and play with me, and then they would end up in my sister's room.
Oh my
God. And I'd be like, hello.
I brought you here. You need to come back.
But, she's like, because I travel a lot.
Yeah.
But with relationships, you gotta take care of it like a plant. You gotta put it in the sun. You gotta water. And she's really good at that. She's making pottery, and she's have her plant. Like, she's just so amazing. I love her.
So wait, pottery? Pottery's like really relaxing.
She's like sewing, and she's like making things. She's very creative.
Wow.
She's amazing.
Okay, that makes me even sadder that I don't have a sister, because it sounds awesome. Do you guys ever do you ever fight?
No.
You don't fight?
No.
You don't fight over clothes,
no, we share everything.
Really?
And now, we used to live together. Like, when we moved out from our parents, we moved in together.
Okay.
That was so good. Amazing.
What?
And yeah. And we just never fight, like, at all.
Is it just you two, or do you have more siblings?
Just us two.
Whoa.
Yeah. And even now, like, I feel like the older we get, the even more, like, the closer, even though 2 years isn't much, it's still something when one is like 10 and the other is 12.
Yeah.
You know?
Of course. As you get older, those years mean less and less.
It means nothing now.
Yeah.
But we have the same kind of, she has her friends, but we do have our same, like, group of people we hang out with, which is really nice. And I'm really, really lucky and thankful that she is my sister.
Well, now it makes so much sense why you would dedicate an entire song to her, because it just sounds like a very specific and
the song is just about, you know, putting everything on a love that you know is so strong. And that could be for anyone. It could be for your family or your girlfriend or boyfriend or your sibling, like whoever. Yeah. I don't really like to tell people what to think when they listen to a song, but the song is very, like, existential love. It's loving, and it's fun. And it's nice. And because it is such a, like, an amazing EDM song, I wanted the video to feel really personal. And I feel like it does.
It absolutely does. It feels like we're just following you along, like you said, on a day. Is that your love language? Like putting your love into relationships? No, I mean, no, like, just like On My Love sort of to me means, like you said, just putting everything into that relationship. Is that how you are in relationships? Like, you just give it all? Like,
I think so.
It's all or nothing?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I am a very bad dater.
Really?
Yeah. Because I go on one date and we're there for like 15 minutes and I'm like, I love you.
How does my name sound with his?
Literally, like, how many kids do you want? I'm like that crazy bitch who's like, calm down. You know what I mean? Like, I can't date casually. All the people that I've dated, we've just, okay, we hang out once, like, cool, you're my boyfriend. Right. Like, that's the way it's going to be.
Whether they are agreeing to it or not. That's just...
Luckily, so far, we're all on the same page. I mean, just... me and my boyfriend, we're on the same page. Yeah. But yeah, it's just, I could never do. I feel like it's also a little American. Maybe it's like a big city thing that you would date casually. Like, you might have 3 people that you date simultaneously, or like 5 people. It sounds like so much work.
I mean, it's really hard, especially like, we're in New York, in a city like New York. We're always like, on the go.
Yeah.
I have 10 minutes to meet you. And then I have to go back to the, it's like, I don't like dating. It's just not for me. You have anxiety building up to like one date. Imagine having to do that like 5 nights a week. It's a lot. Yeah. So, but then finding that one that you kind of want to spend a lot of time with is also really hard. Like, it's very hard to date in a big city, for sure.
I bet. Now I just find one person. I'm like, cool, we're sticking together.
Does that mean you stay in relationships longer than you should?
You know what? That is a really good question. I feel like previously I have done that. I have done that before, where I'm like, I look back at my relationships, and I'm like, girl, what are you doing?
Right.
Move on, But I think it's also by being young. I mean, in my relationship now, I've been in it for about like going on 4 years, and it's amazing. But before that, I mean, I was like teenager up till very early 20s, and you don't really have anything to compare it to. So I'm like, but what do you mean? Right. Like, we're gonna stay together for the rest of our lives, because like I could never find anyone better. And you just think there's no one out there. Right. But the world is so big, and there is someone who will really, really treat you well, and who will treat you good. And there's absolutely no reason to like try to fix something when you're a teenager or in your early 20s. Like, no, there's someone who will treat you good without you having to like work for it really hard when you're that young.
And that comes with experience, because you have to experience the shitty dude.
Yeah,
to be like,
totally.
This is what I deserve.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And maybe now I'm just lucky that I found like a very, very considerate, emotionally mature, like a very intelligent, like, I feel like he makes me a better person.
And
So
one thing about relationships is I feel like if I'm coming in being like a really, really shitty version of myself, there's no way that this person is going to complete me and make me a better person. But if we're both really good versions of ourselves and then we come together, okay, now we're making each other better. Like, I think that's definitely the goal. Have you ever been on the dating apps?
No.
Have you ever been curious about that, or?
I think it's really hard.
Yeah,
I don't know how people, because it's so much down to the vibe of a person.
Well, what I don't like,
sometimes it's not even about it's everything is about the look on the apps. But then you meet them and you're like, your vibe is so off.
Yeah.
Or the opposite.
Yeah. Well, that's the scary part, is like you're giving all of these people no shot just because you don't like the way that they look.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't like it. I'm like, I'm passing up on so many dudes. And
well, you know what? In all honesty as well, there is something that I think is important with being physically attracted to a person.
True.
But yeah, there's something about like an energy that you're like, ooh, it might not have been like the most symmetrical face, but like, you're sexy. You know?
For me, it's always the guys that I never thought were attractive that I ended up falling for, because I'm a personality girl.
Totally.
If I like your personality, I can fall in love with you. Yeah. And you will turn sexy.
Totally.
100%. Wait, is your boyfriend the guy you were twerking with on TikTok?
Yeah.
Which, by the way, wait, he was so cute. He's just like, okay,
cute.
like, does he get involved?
He's a dancer.
He's a dancer.
Yeah.
Okay, no wonder.
So he's like, he's getting down.
Wait, you're a really good twerker. Did we know you could do that? Have you done that before?
I've never shown anyone, but that's what I do. That's all that I do.
Dude, you need to like incorporate that
The
into
official
your show.
twerk team on YouTube, they raced me.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
I saw you wrote that.
Yeah, it's true. Like, I used to be obsessed. I was like, when I found out like that was a thing, because it's not really my Swedish culture.
Right. Yeah.
When I saw that on YouTube, like being like 9 or something, I was like, this is incredible.
I need to do this.
And I've been practicing ever since.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, I watched it a couple times. I was like, yo, she's great.
No, but it feels good. Like, just dancing in general feels amazing, but like it's something about moving your hips that's just like, it just feels good. You feel happy. It feels like you're releasing tension.
For sure.
Like, being flexible in your hips is also very important if you don't want to get like, when you get older.
Yeah.
Like the hips, if you're flexible in your hips, you most likely will be a good old person, like moving around.
I don't know why I'm literally rubbing myself. 'Cause I read that fear lives in your like hips and your glutes.
I could see that. Like,
So.
you tense up in that part of the body. Yeah. Twerk more.
Yeah.
More twerking to the people.
Some of us are just not as good at it as you are. Okay, and so before I let you go, we have to just talk about this album that we're all waiting for. What can you tell us?
It's done. It's
done.
It's basically done. We're doing the vinyls. I mean, I have a date. I'm not going to tell you yet, but it's really nice to just have it set. Okay. And it's ready. I am just going to do a nice rollout so everything feels ready and like good to go. I'm going to do a video. I have a little tiny project in between, but I'm very proud. It goes up and it goes down and it goes emotional and it goes dancey, and just like me, just like life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're many things.
Aren't we all?
Aren't we all? And it's okay. It's actually better that way.
Yeah.
Zara, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for chatting. It means a lot when you just always come by and you
I
give
love
us some
it.
time.
I really do. Genuinely.
I'm so glad. Zara Larsson, On My Left with David Guetta. You just have to watch the video.
Please do.
And enjoy the song and stream it and, all the good stuff. Thank you so much.
From the top of the Empire State Building.
Z100.